Bukola Ekene, public health professional, and I make videos to help you get your health and the health of the people around you right on track. So let's go. Today we're going to be talking about recognizing suicide behavior. How do we get to know that someone could be suicidal? Prompt way. Prompt way is a way to quickly remember what the signs are, what the symptoms of suicide are. PROMPTSWE. Please do not forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel so that you will be informed when new videos are released. Thank you. Prompt way is not exhaustive. There may be other signs, or there are other signs aside from what prompt way has to offer, but we are looking at the major ones and the ones that this video will teach. Now, to the full meanings of prompt way. P stands for prepare, R stands for ranting, O for odd statements, M for moodiness, P, the second P, of course there are two P's, remember there is a P in prepare. The second P is for personality changes, T is trauma recounts, S is for self-harm. W stands for withdrawal, and E, which is the last letter, stands for emptiness. So please stay with me while we look at the reasons why we should watch out for these signs in people around us. Suicide is actually self-harm with the intent of death. People who want to commit suicide want to die. That is the way to put it. In lay terms, people who want to commit suicide actually want to die. They no longer want to live. Now, why do we have to prevent suicide? Why is suicide not good? Every 10 to 15 minutes, a life is lost to suicide. How sad. Now, there is nothing good about suicide. The first reason why there is nothing good about suicide is that no problem gets solved by suicide. Nobody gets their problem solved by committing suicide. Instead, a new problem is born. The second reason why there is nothing good about suicide is that every life matters. It's possible that someone who could be the reason why a problem is solved, or who could be the solution to the world's biggest problem, has taken their life by suicide. It is possible that the person who has the answer to the coronavirus pandemic that is ravaging the world, killing economies, strangling world best practices, is actually dead by suicide. It sounds funny, but it could be true. So, to the business of the day, what is it that we should look out for in people to detect that they could be suicidal? The first is P, prepare. Suicidal people might want to prepare for their death. They could do this by giving away things, giving away personal belongings to friends, to well-wishers, to acquaintances, to the less privileged. They could want to start cleaning up. They might want to clean the rooms where they want to take their lives in, or they might just take up cleaning roles. They might take up things, tidy up, take away trash and all that. When we start seeing people doing that for no reason, we should be sure to confirm that these people are not suicidal. Of course, that is not to say that people who start cleaning are suicidal. We should know the boundaries. The second sign that we should look out for is rants. Some people are of the opinion that suicidal people never talk about suicide. They cut through the corners. It's not true. People who want to take their lives can actually say it vehemently that they want to take their lives. They can say, I think I should just die. I think I should just kill myself. I might as well kill myself. They say it. They say, I actually want to commit suicide. But sometimes, because they are very straightforward and because they come out very plainly, we think they are joking. No, we should not actually make light of these comments. When we hear people saying they want to take their lives, we should take them as serious as when people behave like they want to take their lives. people are calling for help and looking for a shoulder to lean on. And for suicidal people, you would be surprised that just a listening ear can change a lot of things. O stands for odd statements. Odd statements like, I feel like walking away to a land far, far away and never return. I feel like I belong in heaven. I am not of this world. I'm talking about people not wanting to be here, not wanting to be human, not wanting to live, not wanting to sleep and open their eyes. Next is moodiness. People who are suicidal might switch from one mood to the other. They might be excited, joyful, and happy this second, and the next second they are depressed, they are down, and they are sad. We should look out for people who swing from one mood to the other. Personality changes is next. People who are suicidal might change personalities all of a sudden. They might switch from being sanguine to maybe being a phlegmatic, and from being a very outgoing person to being a very calm person. The next is trauma recounts. There are some instances where suicidal people want to remember these things. They want to remember trauma, a past trauma that will spur them to strengthen their resolve to take their lives. It could be rape, it could be the death of a loved one, it could be anything, it could be something that happened to them in the past, the loss of a limb, robbery, something very, very traumatic that they want to remember to strengthen their willpower to take their lives. We should be mindful when people keep recounting past experiences, especially when they are thinking aloud. It could indicate suicidal thoughts, it could indicate suicidal behavior. The next is self-harm. Some suicidal people might want to feel pain. They want to hurt themselves with sharp objects. Of course, self-harm is something that is very, very prominent, that when you see, you do not expect anyone to tell you that this person needs psychological evaluation or needs emotional support. We should go all the way and give it to these people and do what we should do for people who we detect as having suicidal tendencies. Next is withdrawal. Sometimes people have specific activities that ordinarily give them pleasure. They like to go skydiving, they like to club, they like to be in church, they want to be in fellowship. They just want to do certain things, but at a point you see them wanting to withdraw from these activities. They want to be alone. They no longer want to engage in these social or religious activities that gives them pleasure or gives them fulfillment. We should watch out. Sometimes it could be them running away from people that might want to detect the suicidal behavior. They don't want anybody to know that they are probably thinking of suicide. We should watch out for people who stop picking interest in things that used to give them pleasure. It could be a sign of suicide behavior. The last is emptiness. Emptiness can manifest in many ways. It could just be how they feel: giddy, dizzy, weak, tired, not wanting to come out of the house, not wanting to talk to anyone. It could be something they pronounce verbally: I feel empty, I feel like there's a vacuum in me, I feel like there's a hole, I feel like a hollow. When I talk, I hear it echo from within. Listen very closely to these people. They might just be contemplating suicide. We should look out for these things and know that they could be signs that something is really wrong. In conclusion, people who are suicidal could be preparing to take their lives. They could be ranting, and you should listen and act accordingly. They could be making odd statements. They could be moody. They could be switching personalities. They could be recounting trauma. They could be harming themselves. They might be withdrawing from social, religious, or other activities that ordinarily give them pleasure, or they could feel or talk empty. Let's endeavor to look out for these signs and provide emotional first aid. Talk to them, be a shoulder for them to lean on, and reassure them. You can refer them to a healthcare professional. It is very important. Subsequent videos will be addressing other areas of suicide, and we'll get more information on them. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, and thank you for subscribing. Until next time, be safe and remember to watch out for suicidal behavior in the next person. Thank you. Bye-bye.